Hi guys, thank you for joining me on my page again today. Thank you for those guys who've subscribed. Thank you for subscribing. Please tell a friend to subscribe as well. Today we want to be looking at lydende and bedrywende vorm. Right? Bedrywende vorm. This is the active and the passive voice. Right. Now there's something here where the guys they make a mistake, but I'm gonna try and help you to sort out so that you can never ever make that mistake again, right? First of all, we have to see in what tense our sentences are that is given. So we are tested on the tense there, and we are tested on putting it from bedrywende to lydende vorm, but we're going to get into that quickly. First of all, I want to deal with our tenses. We know that we have past tense, right? That's verlede tyd. Verlede tyd. Then we have future tense. That is toekomende tyd. Toekomende tyd. Right? And then we have present tense. Right? Present. That is teenwoordige tyd. Teenwoordige tyd. Right? Teenwoordige tyd. Right. Just a bit of screen there, but I'm sure it will be fine. Right, teenwoordige tyd. When we find our sentences now, after we've looked into, we've seen that our sentence is maybe in past tense or present tense or future tense, we now have to, because we are tested, to put it into lydende vorm. Right, in bedrywende vorm, I'm going to do one sentence quickly. I'm going to do one fast, quick one. Die man skop the ball. Right. First of all, the thing that we see here is the fact that this is our verb, this is our subject, and this is our object. Then another thing, because we normally think in English, we normally miss something when you get to the questions and you don't know what is asked. I'm going to show you quickly now. Here we have our normal stompie, right? This is the one that we learn in English, and we know that verb 1 comes there, verb 2 comes there, right? So now, where does the problem come in with us understanding what's happening here as well? This is also another factor that's also bothering us, right? So let's see here. In Afrikaans, this one here is English, right? But because we think in English and we speak in English, we normally just carry on in English. But when we are tested in the exam, in our tests, we have to think in Afrikaans, right? So our subject is onderwerp, right? This is a onderwerp, right? Dan werkwoord 1, dan tyd, dan voorwerp, dan manier en plek, dan werkwoord 2 met jou infinitief daar, so right? So it doesn't look like the normal stompie that you see, but in actual fact it's the same thing, it's just in Afrikaans. This here is a onderwerp, right? That is tyd, is time, and then our object on this side, this is object in English obviously, and then this now here is our voorwerp, alright? So please remember that an object is the voorwerp, right? Let me just bring that into screen. Right, this is our voorwerp. Alright, so this is our object. Voorwerp is our object. So please remember that stompie, this one is in English, subject, time, object, manner, place. This one is onderwerp, tyd, voorwerp, manier en plek. Right? Tyd, wyse of so forth. Right. After we've now established what is our object, it is this one, the V, it's a voorwerp. Now we can start working towards putting the sentence into lydende vorm, right? So there we have our sentence. This one is in bedrywende vorm, right? It is in bedrywende vorm. We need to put it into lydende vorm, right? How are we going to do that? First we're going to see the tense, right? In what tense is this sentence? This sentence is in the present tense, because our verb, right? Our verb normally helps us to see what tense our sentence is. Alright, then this one as well, it is skop, it means it's happening now. So our tense there is present tense, that is teenwoordige tyd. Teenwoordige tyd. Right? The sentence, the tense there is teenwoordige tyd. Right. Now, what's the next thing that we have to look for? Because we said we are looking for what? Our object. When we put our sentences into lydende vorm, we have to start with our object, right? So onze voorwerp, right, has to be the ball, right? Die man skop die bal. This is a thing, right? It is a voorwerp. This is our subject. This is our verb 1, and this one is our object. Alright? Remember, Stompy goes that way, and it remains going that way. Whatever is missing in between, if the sentence doesn't have it, it doesn't have it. Right? So please don't go and look for other things, manner and place and so forth. Right? It doesn't say where he's kicking the ball to, so don't go and add stuff into the sentences like we normally do. Right? So there we have our subject. We are talking about the man. There we have our verb 1, right after our subject, like we saw with Stompy. Then we have our object. We have no manner. We don't know how he's kicking the ball. He's kicking it hard or so. There's no manner there, right? He's just saying that they are kicking the ball. He's kicking the ball, right? So here we know that our object is the ball, right? That is our object. The ball is our object. And then, because we have to start with the object, we're going to start our sentence. Right, so then we're going to start our sentence with die bal word deur die man geskop. Right, die bal word deur die man geskop. Right. Now, here's another problem that we encounter. Is the fact that when people see ge connected to our verb there, then they think it should be in past tense. And normally they think it's wrong because when ge is connected to our verb here, they have to have het in the sentence, right? But now here, you cannot change the sentence because you think that it should have a het because it has ge on the verb, right? This is lydende vorm, bedrywende vorm, right? We're changing it from bedrywende to lydende. At it, lydende bedrywende vorm, we use word deur. Remember, this is a sentence that is just said in another way, right? The same sentence, just in another way said, right? That word deur, ge, right? When you have word, you'll have ge with your verb at the end, right? Word deur die man geskop. And then this word, deur, that's what? It must always be there, alright? You cannot say die bal word die man geskop, alright? Then you are going to get it wrong. Please, when you're using word, then word is also a verb, by the way. If you're using word, then it has to have deur there, alright? Please, always remember that when you use word, when you're going to lydende vorm, word will go with deur in the present tense, right? Remember, we were dealing with present tense. In present tense, it is word deur, and then at the end, our verb gets a ge, right? Our verb gets a ge there at the end. Okay. Then, when we look at future tense, we're going to be looking at future tense, right? Sorry. Right, dan is het future tense. Dat is toekomende tijd. Right, nou gaan we eens kijken naar toekomende tijd. Right, we're going to look at the future tense now. With our future tense, you will find that because we are still in lydende vorm, we still have to start with the object. Alright? This is in the present tense, we're doing the future tense now, right? Die bal, this being our object or our voorwerp. Right? In Afrikaans, it is our voorwerp. Right? Die bal sal deur die man geskop word. At the end of the sentence. Right? Let me just a little bit and a little bit there. Right. As in the ball, this is our object. We have to start with our object. We always start with our object. And then we have die lyn, right? Die lydende. It word gelei deur. So we have to use this deur always. There it is again. It was in our past tense, in our present tense. Now it is in our future tense as well. Right? There is sal. Sal is used in future tense. Right? And then with sal, we must always remember that putting our sentence in lydende form, we must have word right at the end of the sentence. Alright? Very important that word does go with sal. Die bal sal deur, this is a package, right? These two, they are package. And then sal, word, sal deur, and then plus word, that is a package. So please remember that whenever you use the future tense, you will have sal deur, that's a package. And then at the end of your sentence, you will have word. If word is not there when you put it in the end of the sentence, then definitely it's going to be wrong, okay? So you always want to be on the lookout for word, right? Always look out when the time or the tense of the sentence, right? Is it happening now? Is it happening in the future? Is it still going to happen and so forth, right? Or is it something in the past? Let's go deal with the past first, right? So in our future tense, you will always have sal, die bal sal deur die man geskop word at the end there, right? Sal deur plus word at the end of the sentence. And please also remember again that we have to start with our object, onze voorwerp. Okay? Lydende vorm toets ons moet begin met die voorwerp, right? Right, so let's see now again. Let's deal with this one first. Now we have to deal with what? Past tense. Now we're going for the past tense, right? Die man het die bal geskop. Right, that is our sentence in past tense. Now we're going to put it into lydende form because lydende form is tested, right? We're going to put it into lydende form. This one is in bedrywende form, right? Then we have het there, right? Then we have ge connected to our verb. In lydende form, when we have to put it in, to lydende form, we must remember that we have to start with our object, that being our object, right? Die bal, right? It is now die bal. Then het here changes to us. And remember in lydende form, we have to use deur, right? So het changes into us and then followed by deur. Die bal is deur die man geskop. Alright? Die bal is deur die man geskop. Right? There we will see our verb still is ge there, right? And then het changed into us. And deur will forever be there. This one is verlede tyd. Right? This one is verlede tyd. Past tense, people. Right. Past tense, het changes to us and then held by deur. Right? So there will always be it changes to us and us has to have deur next to it there, and then at the end your verb obviously has geskop. Right? Ge connected to your verb. Okay, that's the easiest way of handling lydende, bedrywende vorm. All you should remember is the fact that you should start with your voorwerp, your object. Alright, so ever start with your object and never ever leave out dear. Okay, dear has to go with us, het changes to us, and then word in present tense, and then sal dear, word dear in present tense, sal dear in future tense with the with word at the end. Okay. Right, thank you very much guys. You can download this video. Please subscribe for more updates, for more uploads, and then please just tell a friend, like and share, and comment if you want me to deal with a specific topic. Alright, so please subscribe. We need many subscriptions for us to survive on YouTube. Okay, cool. Thank you very much. It's been fun having you.